Welcome back, everyone, to Halloween Haunts 365.com, the podcast. I'm Jared.
Hi, I'm Terry.
And today we have a special guest, but we're not going to forget to pimp our shit first.
Yes.
Let's do it. Alright, so make sure you just hit the link in the description. We'll do that. But today, we have forever in the making our interview with Horror 365.
Hi, guys.
How you guys doing?
Oh my God! I'll tell you, Jared, it's been 35 weeks in the making.
I think it has.
You know why? I'm going to tell you guys why. For those that don't know, this is the mouthpiece of the Northeast, Jimmy J here. I want to thank, not the other guy, South Jersey Jason, joining us here with me today. I want to thank these two right here. Okay, Halloween Haunts 365. Jared and Terry, thank you so much, guys, for inviting us on here for this. I'm honored to be on, really. I know it's been taking a long time here, and I'll tell you why. Because of my co-host on Horror 365 and his infinite request for extra roles since he's done. His name was Jason, so he's been very busy doing a lot of extra.
Well, yeah, it's been 2 years since I filmed that role, and the phone just doesn't stop ringing. I'm getting barraged with requests to be an extra in a diner scene, and an alley scene, and that scene, and I had to say, sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, that's just what it is. That's exactly why we haven't been on the show all this time. Because all your and don't blink, folks, or you're gonna miss them.
Yeah.
In some of these movies,
Just pause it. Just pause it. And you can see that.
You might get an actual, just without that motion when you pause. You know what I'm saying? You might get a still shot of you, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, guys, what's on the agenda? Talk to us. Halloween Haunts.
I got about 25 questions to go through.
25 questions?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've... Okay.
They're
I'm
easy.
Ready. 25, even if they were 1 second questions, it'll still be longer than Brian's role, and his name was Jason.
I can't drink because he's going to make me spit it.
So should we do the announcement first before we get
I want to know
What is going on with these
Yes.
these monumental announcements
All
on
right,
Halloween
hand me my
Haunts
papers. All right, so everybody knows I've been into the paranormal for a very long time. It's something I've always looked at since I was little. I had a lot of experience with this shit. So today, I finally became a certified demonologist.
Oh, shit.
No!
Look at Jimmy's eyes.
Yeah,
Today?
Today.
Nice. Now, how does one become a certified demonologist?
You take this online course that I found, and it's very long, and it was actually pretty tough, and then you pass it. But I also found others that they kind of had a package deal. So now I also have a diploma in practical ghost hunting and advanced scientific theory for paranormal investigators.
Very nice.
Oh my goodness.
So we
Jared?
had the next Ed Warren in
No.
I know.
Ed Warren was never certified.
Oh.
Ooh, we got the
He
first
just
Jared
gave
Haggerty.
himself the title.
We have-
Exactly. He
We have
was
the
self-certified.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
Very
the first
cool.
Jared Haggerty. And by the way, I will be your first case over here. Come
Yes.
to the basement. I'm down here right now. He's floating. He or she is floating around somewhere in the blue light.
I need somewhere to practice, so I am up for that.
Oh God, yeah, I'm definitely. We'll talk off air about this.
Oh,
if I
yeah.
can make
So do you
it.
get you got a certificate? Do you get a little card too you can put in your wallet?
No, no card. No card. I'll make one, though.
Oh my
There you go. That's really cool. So what are your intentions on using this new...
I really want to get into paranormal investigation for the website and, the podcast, because, haunt season is a full 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And you see all the plethora of crap I do to try and fill 52 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, people love ghost hunters, people love the paranormal. I love the paranormal. I want to get to these buildings, but I kind of want to know more than other people do before I enter these buildings. So when I saw all those classes available, I went for it.
Oh man,
So
congratulations on that.
How
Joe.
long did it take you to complete the course?
The demonology took me about 4 hours.
Okay.
And the advanced one, that shit was insane. Like, I went through quantum physics. That one took about 5 hours.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Quantum physics.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, what possessed you to get this certificate?
Me walking in Zach Baggins.
Oh yeah.
No, because we were planning on it long before Vegas.
Yeah, they have some really good stories to talk about with the Zach Baggins Museum in Las Vegas.
I
Yeah,
gotta hear some of these. Yeah, man.
yeah, we'll get into that. All right, let's kick off this little questionnaire we have here. You want to start, Miss Coffee?
It's not coffee. When did you both meet?
Oh wow. You
Well,
want to answer that first?
Yeah,
Or you wanna-
actually, it was
It was a hot summer night.
It was a hot summer
I remember.
night. I had actually,
Oh.
it was like I think it was like late July, early August, and I actually was coming home from doing a surprise birthday party in costume, and I get this message on my South Jersey Jason Facebook, and it's like, "Yo, South Jersey Jason, this is Jimmy J," and I'm like, "What the hell am I listening to?" It was like a 5-minute message, and so I'm like, is this guy for real? Like, I didn't know, he had said that someone had referred him to me for a Halloween party that he was putting on that October. And so I get home and I let Irene listen to it. I'm like, do you think I should respond back? And she's like, yeah,
He
why
sounds
not?
like a psycho.
And I mean, I think we were talking in between, just like on the car ride home, but I let her listen to it. But we didn't physically meet in person until like September when he came down to Atlantic City to do some video.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at the Breakfast Club. That was the theme. I forgot the name. Margate Breakfast
Margate,
Club.
yeah.
Yeah, we were doing a promotion for the upcoming Halloween party that we had going on during the pandemic at the Showboat Hotel, and they were one of the sponsors for this. And that's when I had my former business partner. You came there in the Jason outfit. I didn't know you was outside. He was outside waiting. He was in the costume, so we were waiting on him to walk in. I'm like, oh, there he is, Ryan. But yeah, it was cool, man. It was a good day. I actually got some pictures from that day.
It was
Check it out.
kind of like Margate is a hoity-toity town, so
I
didn't-
know Margate very well.
Yeah, but once we got to Atlantic City, and we had to go to this barber shop, which isn't like in the.
Oh,
best
I
of-
took him to the best area in town. Okay, we had our bulletproof vests ready. We walked into the shop, man, and we walked in and heads turned like The Exorcist.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm like, what's this guy? Guys, Jimmy J here. Because I spoke to the owner, knew me because I spoke to him, and they actually threw us $100 for the sponsorship to get the barbershop. So I did a promotional video in there. But the other guys that were in the shop were looking at us like, what is going on right now? You have a guy dressed like a cowboy, a guy dressed like Jason, and then another really Caucasian man, and then this guy that's looking like a bootleg Ryan Seacrest and Pitbull put together. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so it was very awkward for some, but it was fun for me.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Reactions.
That was a great day because that was the first of our many collaborations, and we made this really kick-ass promo video down by the Steel Pier by Showboat,
Yeah, man, that was a really
as if
good
I
one.
was, coming out of the ocean, and I'm walking on a boardwalk, and people are looking at me, and then I
That was
walk
one of
in-
my favorite promo videos.
Yeah, we walk into the Showboat, and this time Showboat, it's desolate at that time. It didn't have the arcade. It didn't have anything. And then you go onto the second floor, it's even more quieter up there. But that was an awesome video. And I mean, gosh, I think it was after that. During that promoting for that event, that COVID event. Well, I want to say COVID, the event during COVID. We've talked on the phone every day since.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I talk to him more than I do Irene, I think.
Jesus.
Like, Irene will be like, oh, it's 6 o'clock, Jimmy's calling.
It's on cue. That was
Very
funny,
cool.
man. Yeah.
So you want to do this next one?
When did the idea to dive into the world of podcasting begin?
Yeah, go ahead. You go.
No, I answered the first one. You can do the second one.
Well, it actually began January of last year. It was January last year. I was sitting here. I'm like, we had this Halloween party, the little shindig going on at the Showboat, and then I was like, how can we keep this rolling here? Because I'm a huge horror fan. He's a huge horror fan. What can we do? Let's have a podcast. Let's have a weekly show. Then coming up with a name was probably the most difficult part. I'm like, a lot of things were taken, and I'm like, well, I don't want it to be specifically about, franchise or something like that. I want it to be all elements of horror. So, and we're celebrating horror not only in October. I remember saying something like that. I'm like, you know what? Just Horror 365. And we came up with it, boom, and it was rolling from there, man. I think we recorded some episodes in January before we dropped it officially in February of last year. And I got to tell you, I look forward to it every single time, every week, just recording whatever episodes it is. To this day, it's just the same excitement, man.
Yep.
Because I just love it. It's just a passion.
How many episodes do we have under our belt so far, Jimmy?
But I don't even know because we did season 1 and 2. This is season 2. We're halfway through right now. And that's a good question. I got to go back.
I think we're like in the 60 range, I think.
Yes, I think somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Very cool. Very cool. So these are going to kind of split you two apart real quick. I'm going to start with Brian. When did your love for horror start?
Ooh. My first memory of watching something horror related was The Incredible Hulk. And I had to be like 3 or 4. And I remember it was the episode where he was duped and coming to like this island, and then it turned out he was being hunted. And then I was so scared of him. I literally had a nightmare like that night, because at the time I lived in Ocean City, and we were in our house. This is my nightmare. And I look outside to West Avenue, and it's Lou Ferrigno Hulk on. So that's like the first time I lived, and that's my first memory of watching something scary. But I would have to say about 5 or 6. I was just, kids were watching Disney cartoons or whatever we watched at that He-Man. I mean, I watched He-Man, but I love the horror stuff. That's my favorite genre. I think predominantly that's really all I watch. And now that, I have all these different streaming channels, like Tubi is a great streaming channel to find some horrors, like obscure horror or horror that's independent. But yeah, so going on like what's that, 37 years of being a horror fan.
Right there with you. All right, so Jimmy, same question. When did your love for horror start?
I think when I defecated on myself after seeing Child's Play. It was Child's Play 2. That was the first one. I remember I was young. It was 91. One of my first memories, actually, which is crazy. I was terrified of Chucky. But for some reason, that feeling of being terrified intrigued me. And I just remember going to video stores. And my mother never, like the mom pop shops, my father took me there. Obviously, I was renting a lot of wrestling tapes at the time. Huge wrestling fan. And my father got me into that. Also, with horror, it was my aunt. She liked horror movies, but she would allow me to watch those things that my mother didn't let me watch. My father didn't let me watch. I remember Jason Lives. One of the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, horror movies that I rented, and actually that was at a Blockbuster, and coming home and seeing it, I was just like, wow, this is great. But I realized this is like this. There's more parts to this, I started going to get the other Jasons, and then Dream Warriors really hooked me in. And that was like when I seen Dream Warriors, that was like it. That was like my favorite horror movie from that point on.
I just watched it yesterday, actually.
Yeah, dude, I'm a huge Nightmare fan, as you are. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Jared. So, yeah, man, that really locked me in, and that was it. I wanted to watch everything. I was watching Leprechaun and all this other stuff that. Uncle Sam, I remember renting that movie. I do remember renting that crazy movie. in the mid '90s. But yeah, that's really what did it.
Very cool. Very cool. So we all just started as babies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty
All right.
much.
So Brian, you are an outstanding and I believe 6-time award-winning cosplayer.
5 times.
5 times.
5 times.
All right, I'm just
5
giving you the
times.
6th.
Well, thank you for the honorary award. Yeah.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon again.
Yeah, I feel like I'll come out of retirement, maybe for Monster Mania in November.
Oh, that's cool. Very
But actually, Monster Mania has some legit, really good. I guess that's a hard
Are you
one.
saying you're not legit? Wait a minute.
mean, I'm
You're saying you're the
legit, but-
bootleg version.
No, I'm not bootleg, but I've seen some of the people there, and I mean, you saw the cosplayers at the last NJ we went to, like in the original category.
Yeah, there was some
Woo.
incredible cosplayers
Yeah.
at NJ HorrorCon.
Yes,
You
but
know
I
what,
am
you
a
can't-
5-time champion.
You're gonna do the Jason Rooney, the voice.
I gotta do the Jason Rooney. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So, how did that start? Like, did you just come up with the idea? You know what? This is fun. I'm going to do this.
I got into cosplay really late in life. Like, I am considered a senior citizen in the cosplay community. I'm like one of the
Senior
older.
citizen.
I'm like in my circle. I'm the third oldest. The oldest is 52. But it actually really just started when Irene and I moved into our house. Big Halloween fan, like the holiday, and when I was growing up, my house was way back in the woods, 800 feet off of the road. So we never got trick-or-treaters, and I missed out on like the kids coming to our house. So the first couple of years, I just dressed up as Michael Myers, nothing big, just a Tots mask and just regular coveralls, not like screen like replica or anything. But it was 2018. I had gotten my first Jason hood and hockey mask off of someone, and it was more of a China hawk, but the artwork was good on it, and it was something I could afford. And I just got the clothes from the thrift store, and 2017, I'm sorry, is when I did that, and dressed up for Halloween the first time for the kids, and they loved it. And then come around 2018, my friends who run a comic book store in Mays Landing, Level Up Entertainment, they were doing their Halloween Comic Fest. It was one of their annual shows, and they do their cosplay contest, and they asked me to be one of the judges. And I said, yeah, sure. He's like, do you have a name? And I said, I don't, but give me like a night and I can think of something and create a Facebook page so you can advertise me. And that's how South Jersey Jason was formed. I went to my in-laws' house because they had a nice property with woods in their backyard. Irene does like 90% of my photos, so she did some photos, I did a little bit of the editing, and so I always say that if it wasn't for Level Up Entertainment, South Jersey Jason never would have been.
Oh, gotcha.
Interesting.
Jimmy, when will you recognize Brian as the star that he is for holding up that coffee cup?
No, I'm out of here, guys. It's been a tremendous opportunity here. And, so far. Up until now, it's been a tremendous show. That's not a real question, is it?
Going into horror. Jimmy, what's your favorite horror movie?
Halloween Resurrection.
You got to see. Oh, here we go. It's resurrection. He's gonna keep resurrecting this. No. Well, anyway, you got to say it like what's his name? Roger. I forgot. Oh man, the Scream guy, Scream voice. What's your favorite horror movie, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough, Jared. It's tough because, like, honestly, I'm an old school horror guy, and I'm not that old school. Like when some of these guys, I'm Universal monsters.
Yeah.
They're classic. But I'm saying, like, I'm stuck in that 80s, maybe early 90s horror. It's tough to kind of get out of that because I feel like that's the decade, the 80s, a little bit into the 90s and stuff. That's prime time horror. We did get a lot of good movies though throughout, sprinkled here and there, from like mid 90s till now.
Yep.
I like Final Destination series. Well, really the first two.
No, I think part 1 was in your number 1 in your top 5, right?
Yeah, number 1 was definitely because that's the only movie to this day I can tell you. Number 1, I can watch it unlimited time. It scares me every single time because it's so real.
Yeah.
It is. And things like that happen. And it makes you start thinking, like, oh, I got to watch what I'm doing
Yes.
here because now this might happen. Really psychological. So that's the only movie I can tell you that actually scares me.
JC said hers is People Under the Stairs.
Oh, no, she knows that's mine. People Under the Stairs. I love that movie.
Foo!
So
Foo!
what was it? Foo? Foo? Roach. My guy Roach. That's another underrated Western.
I remember seeing that in the theaters, and that I was, I don't know, 12 maybe, and it creeped me out. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I tell you, my grandmother had that tape, and I watched that. That was another one of the early ones I watched. It was like, really, as I got older, I got into like what was going on really in there. But like, that movie was crazy, man. But it's definitely underrated.
And that, like Candyman, that the tone of the film still holds up today.
To this day, yeah.
I bet I give it another couple years. Well, I think they are. I think Jordan Peele is doing a remake.
That's the guy I would want to see to do.
Yeah, because that's right up his
That makes sense.
alley. Because I love. He wasn't technically like it wasn't his, but the follow up Candyman, like that was great. I loved it.
I liked it till the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wasn't happy with the ending, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah. I thought it could have been a better ending, and I thought
Yeah.
we could have seen a little bit more of Tony. Come on, man.
Yeah, I need a little more Tony.
Nah.
Tell
Nah,
everyone
I
I
actually,
need
you
more
know what?
Tony.
we got enough of Tony in that. I just wanted more of the Candyman that was the Candyman in the film.
Yeah.
Because you had a great scene in that bathroom, but you didn't see anything.
Yep.
Well, back to answer, I guess, all the way around the mulberry bush here, Jerry. To answer your question, I would say, oh man, damn, it's hard. It's between Dream Warriors and I'm gonna say it, Halloween 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my two that are up there.
2018 or 2020?
Nah, it's another tough one, right? Yeah.
Ugh.
No, it's I mean the scariest horror movie I've seen other than Final Destination is 2020 itself. The way this world. No, but seriously, it's hard to decide between those two.
So, Brian, the same question. What's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite. Well, obviously, it's the original Friday the 13th. We never call it part one because it wasn't intended to be any sequels. And yeah, I would say that's my favorite because it's Jersey. New Jersey has it's filmed in Jersey. So Jason, it's homebred. Like Michael, they say it's in Illinois, but he's California. All right, so Michael's a chump. So, but the scariest. So that's my favorite, the OG Friday the 13th. I like it. Just it was a whodunit. It was not over. I mean, it was gory, but it got chopped up a lot. But I like the fact that the killer turned out to be the mom.
Right.
Like, that was. I didn't see that coming when I first watched it. But the movie that scares me the most is The Exorcist. Anything to deal with, what's the word I'm looking for? Possession.
Okay.
The devil, stuff like that, freaks me out. So like like the Conjuring movies, the haunted houses, Paranormal Activity. I remember I watched the first one, and I was watching it by myself. I had the surround sound on, and a lot of it's just like you're just waiting for something to happen. But it was like I think the door slammed, and you heard the demon moan.
Yep.
That my blood pressure started going up.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Exorcist. I remember when I read the book, I was 18 years old. I just graduated high school. I read it with the lights on. It was the book was scarier than the movie.
Wow. Did you see the new one coming out with Virginia Madsen?
I don't think I have.
She plays a nun that's trying to exorcise one of a victim in an asylum.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
this going to
called.
be theatrical? Or
Yeah,
like...
yeah.
Okay.
The Devil Within or something like that. I think
Oh,
it's
I have
called.
to check out the trailer. But Ellen Burstyn, who played the mom in the original Exorcist, just got done filming her scenes for. I don't know if it's going to be a follow up or a remake.
I
but...
think they're remaking the trilogy, is what they're trying to do.
Oh, so we're gonna get part 2 again?
We're gonna
That one?
get 3
Oh, my
Exorcist
goodness.
movies. Yeah, that's what I was told.
Interesting. Well, part 2 was just horrible with Richard Burton and. Oh my god!
I haven't watched
Linda
it
Blair
in
was hot in that
decades.
film. That's pre Rick James Linda Blair. But you know what though? I love part 3. It could be like its own film.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that one?
What is it with the
Not
part threes,
in
like Halloween 3?
forever.
Be a standalone film.
Well, it had your boy in it. What's his name? Playtime's over, Andy.
Playtime's over, Randy.
Why can't Brad Dourif? Yeah, he played the serial killer, and he was great in that film.
Huh.
But
you sport.
the one scene that always gets me, and if you ask anyone who's ever seen that movie, the nurse is making her rounds, and then she goes across the hall, and this figure in a white shroud with this huge hedge clipper thing, and it has this music, like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But definitely check it out if you haven't seen it or it's been a while. What's
Did
up,
you see
Boo?
Hmm?
The
Did
wife
you see
came in.
Hi, Irene.
Packing, just packing, packing.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Brian's about to get shot on national TV.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much,
live. We're live, pal.
All right, so Jimmy, kind of similar question, but what's your favorite horror franchise?
Damn, you're just loaded.
Because you got to separate them, because some franchises are
Yeah.
better.
Oh man. I mean, okay, so you got to look at it overall. You can't just look at it because maybe your favorite film is in the franchise.
Exactly.
That's tough, man. That's
You were
really
just
tough.
telling me that the Leprechaun franchise is your favorite.
Well, yeah, that was one of them. No, yeah, my cousin, the Leprechaun, Warwick Davis. Anyway, so, damn, man. When I think of it overall, again, old school, whatever. Some of the new generation be like, "What is he? What? Why?" So Friday 13th, the top 3 here, obviously. Friday 13th, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street. When I break it down, sorry, Brian, I don't think it could be. I don't think it could be Friday the 13th. Maybe if we get some new films coming out, maybe. But like overall, I love some of the films. Part 6, original, obviously. Jason Goes to Hell. A lot of people don't like that one, but I'm a fan of that film.
I just watched it last night.
Another one. See, dude, I'm telling you, man. Jerry, you know what a good movie is. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
So, it would come down to Halloween and Nightmare, and again, it's really tough, man. It's really tough because I think only because of the fact that we had 2018, and I'm not counting kills. But ends. It all depends how ends. Okay,
Yes.
that's really what I'm waiting on.
Or are we being suckered to the theater again, or is this going to be good?
That's what that. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
Is this a
maybe
cash grab or is this
maybe
actual?
the new tagline in the film, instead of "Evil dies tonight," "Evil ends tonight."
Oh, so they could say that 40,000 times. That'd be great.
So I'm gonna go with because of that. I'm gonna go with Halloween, and because of the fact that 1 and 2, I love 1 and 2. 3 is a great standalone film. 4, I think, is incredible. One of my personal favorites as well, up there in my top 5. Halloween 4. 5 we can live without. 6 we can live without. I think.
I like
partial to
6.
6. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, yeah, it had good parts to it. It did. It really, and they tried to tie in 3 and everything. And that I understand that, but I don't know. It wasn't really one of my favorites. It didn't really do much for me. H2O I enjoyed.
I like
Resurrection,
I liked
one
it
of my
when
personal.
first came out, but looking back at it, I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with you on that one. I liked 6
Yeah.
better than Resurrection now.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I'm talking about H2O.
H2O,
not-
H2O.
Yeah.
Okay. Resurrection's
But-
just like the stuff on the bottom of my foot when I step in one of Loki's Loki bombs.
I like Resurrection more than Kills, though.
I'll get out of here.
yeah.
What are you?
No,
I think you
what?
sniffed
Busta
too much,
Rhymes is going to be happy about that one.
Much rib rub or something. Get out of
It's
here.
it's tough because like honestly, Jared, it's coming down to Nightmare and Halloween, but because we don't have any real new Nightmare on Elm Street films, as we really don't for Friday the 13th, I got to go with Halloween.
Well, Halloween really, if you think about it, was the film that birthed the slasher. I mean,
No, Psycho.
there were films before it, but it wasn't until Halloween
They put it on the map.
that
Yeah.
you had any type of slasher movie you could think of, good or bad.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, you're right. It kind of put it on the map with that one.
And it makes
so-
you wonder, like we were talking on our episode, like what if there never was a Stephen King? What if there was never a John Carpenter who created Halloween? Would we have these other franchises?
Correct. Or would we be dealing with
Yes.
terrible Japanese horror?
What did you just say?
Nothing against the Japanese, but nothing over there scares me, apparently.
No, I've watched a couple of Japanese films, like like I watched Ring You and some other ones, but you know what I think they're really good at is the zombie films, like the Train to Busan.
I haven't
Train to
seen that
Busan.
yet, and I
Train
have
to
to see
Busan, you
it.
got to watch that, man.
Yeah,
That is
and
a
then
really
there was
good-
another one where
Shout out to
the kid was stuck in his apartment complex, and there's like zombies outside, and it doesn't really pick up until like halfway through, but it was really good, and they actually made American version with Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf. You can find it on Netflix, but I
Okay.
think they hit a niche with their. I think their zombie films are better than ours.
Okay.
I just don't like fast running zombies though.
the New York zombies. They run into the train.
But don't get me started on New York. Your home.
No, I'm not there anymore. It was my home.
I know.
I'm glad I'm not there anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sick of it.
Shit. I hate every call I get to New York. All right, so how do you guys pick out what horror you're going to be reviewing when you guys do reviews?
As far as like the movie reviews,
Yeah.
I think we just have a discussion. In our first season, we did like I think what we a lot of our reviews were like the holiday horror films.
Yeah.
But honestly, like we'll just throw some movies out. There's really no like, I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know. It's
No,
tough
I mean,
question.
dude,
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
fine.
It started with the holiday horror, and then we say, hey, we should just throw some reviews in here and there. So I guess we just, we come up with like, we haven't done a review in a while. All right, cool. What do you want to review? I don't know. Let's you came over to Christine. Why not? All right, cool. It's just random. Like when we feel like we're due for a review, then we just figure out a movie. And I feel like that's what I would like to do. Like monthly, ideally for me, I would like to have 2 interviews, 1 horror topic discussion, and then 1 movie review. I think it's just a good balance of everything. We
But
had.
I'm waiting for Jimmy to like throw a movie at me because I feel like it was really like I threw it at him. He's like, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But I want to get one of Jimmy's. But we were talking like maybe in the summer when I come back from taking a little break, we should do Jaws.
There you go.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, let's take it up a notch. Let's review Jaws 3D. Or
I
Jaws
didn't hate that movie. The graphics were terrible, but I mean, it had Quaid in it. It wasn't that
It
bad.
had Quaid and it had Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah,
and
Louis
a
Gossett
young
Jr.
Leah Thompson.
Uh huh.
And you know what? It also will not have subscribers on our YouTube.
But no, I think we'll do the original Jaws because it also Jaws gets its story from the event that happened in New Jersey in the early 1900s.
Yep.
So that's a good way to tie in that horror story. And then, I mean, Jaws. I mean, gosh, there's so much you could talk about the movie. Like, and I don't want to make it a 2-parter because I love talking about like the behind the scenes stuff and trivia. But I just remember, like, see, and that's another thing that freaks me out. Other than like the possession side, is what's in the water with you. You know, and I mean, I was telling Jimmy, there's great whites 5 miles off the coast of Jersey.
Yep.
I don't like, as I'm younger, I didn't care about going in the ocean, but as I'm older, I'm like, I don't really go past my waist. Irene goes all the way out.
Yeah, I'll go all the way out.
I watched
Not
the water.
me.
I used to swim from AC to Longport and back.
What? Holy crap!
No,
No.
Yeah. It's
You're
a lot
joking.
shorter swimming than driving. Yeah.
If I can't see the bottom, I'm not going
That's
in.
how I am. I mean, like, unless we're in the Caribbean, like I was telling Jimmy.
Exactly.
Clear waters, I can
Clear
see the
water, I
sunshine.
could see. I
Yeah.
could go.
yeah, and well, the Atlantic City, you never know what you're gonna get down there. You might get a couple needles, you might get something.
Nah,
You
it
might
wasn't that
contract
bad.
something just
The
swimming.
beach wasn't that bad.
No,
It was
I'm
all right.
messing with you. No, I mean it's like, I don't know, Jersey Shore. I can't. Like you said, clear water is one thing. I'm not really a swimmer. I know how to drown pretty good. But, yeah, it's. I put my feet in the water. I searched for sand crabs when I was younger, and that's it.
I got
And
you.
then if I'm on the Jersey Shore, I hope I don't get crabs in the process. But that's it. It's
And I gotta. Me and Brian were talking on Messenger. I gotta come up when they put Jaws in IMAX.
oh,
We
dude.
should all go see that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I think we should.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
fun.
That's definitely something I'd spend extra money on in IMAX.
Oh,
is
for
Jaws.
sure, yeah. I would love. There's, I think it's out west. I don't know if it's in California, but there's like a lake, and they do like, I guess I'm not sure if it was just for Jaws, but you could watch Jaws out in a lake in a tube.
Sweetwater
yeah.
Casino's
Yeah.
like that.
What?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Last year, my sister-in-law went.
they did
And-
Jaws.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even hear about that.
And you brought your own rafts that had to be a certain size, and you watched the movie.
See, now you know what I would do. I would bring back the shtick they would do in the 50s, where the movie director like would wire the seats when you're watching the Tingler. I would have someone with a snorkel go out in that lake from behind them and just start like grabbing them.
You could paint my back, and we could put a. I'm as wide as a great
there
white,
you
so
go.
we'll be, and I can go. I can swim. My fat ass can
Yeah.
swim.
I like shark movies,
You serious?
but we haven't had a decent shark film since Jaws. We've had
Sharknado.
We've had close contenders. Like I was real excited for Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
But-
This shark ate me. The
You-
fucking shark ate.
It had, the CG wasn't the best,
Yes.
and LL Cool J, you ate my bird. Then there was Shark Night, which had potential, but again, it fell flat. I was really excited for the Meg, but that was just
I didn't see it. Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. It
But
was.
the 47 meters down was good.
It was. I had to watch it twice to really like it. I guess because that was Mandy Moore, right?
Yeah,
I'm not a big Mandy Moore guy, so I had to ignore that she was in it. And
I
then
didn't know it was
got
her
back.
until the end.
Yeah.
And then the Reef was good too with Blake Lively.
Yes, that was good.
That was good. And Alicia Silverstone has one out now called Requiem. But and they had the shark on the cover, but it plays like a really small part.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for I would love. I'm not against them doing like a Jaws, like a sequel, like a direct sequel to the original. I would have it kind of like how it is now, as far as the one son became the sheriff, and just have him, like, mom's passed away, the brother's a marine biologist or whatever, and maybe he consults with him, but if it's done right, I think it would be, Steven Spielberg's against it, and I see where he's coming from. And would you make it gory, or would it be more like the original? Well, actually, they couldn't do what they wanted in the original because, as we all know, the shark malfunctioned.
Yeah.
But with the technology we have today,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah. With his eye behind the tech, it could be pretty cool.
yeah.
We'll see. Well, you guys do a lot of horror conventions. What's your favorite part about convention time?
Ooh, you want to go first? Or you want me to go?
You can go first. I have to think about this.
Dude, it's got to be the fans. It's got to be networking and talking to people. Just talking to people and seeing, like, who's out there, what kind of fans are out there. just meeting people, man. Like, it's cool to go see you get online and you're going to see who you want to meet, like this year. I know, Jared, I know you're going down to see Rob. You
We'll
gotta be
see.
going down to see Rob. Dude, I hopefully can make that as well. I got to make it happen. But yeah, so like, that's great. It's the reason you're most likely going to these conventions. But there's so many layers to these conventions.
Yep.
You talk about vendors, you talk about costumes now, cosplayers, and for me, again, it's just talking to the people down there. That's it. That's the best part about it for me.
From a ticket holder's view, second to seeing like a celebrity I want to see, it's the vendors.
Yeah.
Like that's Irene's favorite part, is seeing all the great vendors and all the talented artists and whatnot. From a cosplayer's point of view, it's like you are a celebrity, because everyone, and I wasn't prepared for it. They want to take your, like when I first did cosplay, it was in Blairstown back in 2019, and I was on Main Street selling stuff and doing a little fundraiser, and someone came up to me and said, "What movie were you in?" And I'm like,
And that's when his head.
I was like, the guy you want to talk to is right across the street, CJ Graham. I wasn't in anything, but thank you. That's like the best compliment you can give any
That's
cosplayer.
when it started.
But, so it wasn't until, like, I did the pop-up con, like, in 2020, but I really didn't consider that a convention because it was something that they threw together because they couldn't do the regular convention. But it wasn't until NJ HorrorCon in August of 2020, I think it was, to where I was in a convention for the first time in costume, and it was just people coming up to you wanting to get photos, and it's really cool, a really cool feeling. But I think one of the things that stood out as a cosplayer was November. Tom McLaughlin was there, and not Tom McLaughlin, Tom Matthews, I'm sorry. And he walked by me, and I'm in my Part 7 costume, and he grabs my chain. I wasn't even provoking him. He just grabbed my chain, and we got it on video. But the rewarding part is I love when the little kids, I'm talking like 2-3 years old, come up to me and like give me a hug. Like they're not scared. It's teenagers and older that are like scared. Like you can get them really good. The little kids, they're desensitized. They have no fear, and that's just like, and that makes for great photos too.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay, so on to a serious business at hand. Tell us about the Friday the 13th mini-con.
All right, Jimmy, you can go.
Oh my goodness. Where do I start? Now, honestly, the mini con for me was, it's memorable. That's what I can say. It was really memorable. I mean, you're talking about months of preparation. It was not the first event we thrown, but the first of its magnitude, and we had multiple people coming in.
Originally only started as one day.
Yeah, it was only supposed to be one day, and then
it blew
turned
up.
Into, yeah, and then one after the next. There was a lot of things though that people don't know, like behind the scenes. Definitely not getting into anything, but there was a lot of issues behind the scenes. This almost didn't happen, even with it being promoted, and somehow we made it through it, and and I'm so happy that it was able to come to fruition, and people showed up, and we improvised. Like any convention, you have issues. Anytime you're throwing an event like this, you're going to have problems, no matter what it is. It's just now finding solutions, because you can't dwell on those problems. And we found these solutions, and we did the best we could. And this was the first one. This was the inaugural Friday 13 Minicon. We had so many people come out there on Friday. Saturday, not so many, because it was raining and stuff like that. But we still had people show up, run in, get their autographs, run out because of the rain, man. That's just how it was. But it was special. It was very special. I think the moment for me that stuck out the most was Friday night at the dinner, when every one of the personality, every one of the talent that was there, they sat at the table with the fans, and I was watching every one of them tell their stories at the table, and the fans looking, laughing, having a great time. with those celebrities and cast members, and that for me stuck out the most because that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted was for people to sit down and have that experience and create those moments of memories that you can't get anywhere else. I don't see it happening. As a fan myself, this is why I wanted to put something like that together. You know, where you can, it's more intimate, more personal with the cast members. So yeah,
And you know, I don't think there was. I only heard of one complaint, and it was just a guy like, "Oh, I gotta pay to go in." Like it's a convention. It's not like a
Fucking people.
an event at Smithville.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, a lot of people don't understand. They don't come out on their own dime. There's airfare. There's lodging. Some like, you know, required
guarantees.
that our
Yeah.
stipends and stuff, and you know, we had to buy the food, you know, that the diner provided, and getting the tents and the tables. Like it adds up. And
Oh yeah,
airfare like, is not cheap. People, come on, but
I know.
you know, but go to, you know, and the prices for the autographs, you can't beat them versus a convention. Like the Friday people, they're relatively on the smaller side, but now if you get someone a little bit more popular in Friday, like Kane Hodder, who charges like a little bit more, but it was very cost effective for the autographs. I mean, you know, what was it, Jimmy? It was like 1980 for online.
Yeah, general mission 1980, yeah,
20,
flat rate.
and then 25. But you know, and we had a good amount of vendors. We had over 20 vendors, so you got your money's worth. But I think the people that were bitching the most were the one person. He wasn't a horror fan. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, he was probably a local in town, seeing what was happening. I
Yeah,
gotta pay
yeah.
for this, and hey,
But you know, though, I think the behind the scenes stuff was all before the event. There was nothing during the event.
yeah, there was nothing.
You know, like on other times. But yeah, everyone, like, just hearing, like, you know, hearing the great compliments we got in. Excuse me, I'm in like 30 Friday groups, and there's 2 groups out of the 30 that get a lot of traction. They're the more popular ones. But to see the people give these awesome compliments on an event that was thrown by 2 jabronis, and it's a cool feeling. And unlike some other podcasts out there that only record twice a year, I don't know where you got your information from, but there was not multitude of bad reviews.
Well, look, man, you know, people, the one thing I've learned, and everybody here knows this, you know, people are going to talk whether it's good or bad.
Right.
And you just got to you know, ignore it, because for the most part, when people talk negative, it's just jealous, envious, or something like that. And I pay no mind to it. I do take constructive criticism because I'm always looking to improve.
Yeah, we want to learn.
You know, that's it.
To make the next, and we learned a lot from CJ, what we can do to make the next one better. CJ was really just a test, and we took what
We're still growing, man.
We're still growing,
Yeah,
and you know, there's things that we can make the next event better. You know, and people are asking, "Are you coming back in 2023 in October?" We want to. It's just the only thing with doing an event like that is just the weather. That's the only element.
The
Right.
weather, and let me tell you from experience, you're gonna triple your numbers in October
Yeah.
because people are going all about the horrors on TV.
Yes.
All the fake fans come out for that.
Yeah. And I already
thing.
have like
the per diem fans.
Yeah, it's October. I need my flannel and my pumpkin.
Yeah, and I already have like a wish list of who I would like to get. I mean, it was pretty cool that Jimmy's like, yeah, this person called me and this person called me and they heard about the event and they want to come out to the next one.
Yeah.
So I have a small like wish list. I mean, I would love to get Adrian King out there.
Okay.
Harry Crosby, who played Bill in the first one,
Yep.
and Peter Crowder, who played Steve Christie. Those two would be a hot commodity and would be a big draw if we were, by the grace of God, were able to get them.
Can you not let Steve Christie wear his shorts? Because that was.
Oh, dude, Josh is having an '80s party. I think in August.
Oh.
It's either that or the sleepaway camp where they're wearing the shorty shorts and the midriffs.
Yeah, but the sleepaway camp were like 2 inches longer than what Christie was wearing.
I don't know what I'm going to dress up as from the 80s. I have there's so many.
All you need is a
different
tracksuit and Kenga. What are they called?
options. I can do that, but I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going horror or action movie, because 80s had both. Like, I don't know, man. I could come in as Schwarzenegger and Predator.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not the muscles though, but yeah, I mean the look I got down, the camo, the gear.
There you go.
I don't know.
No, you could. Al Capone. Tony Montana.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, you got ice.
Thinking like a
okay.
sandwich bag of flour.
It's like, I tell you, no kids, no wife for kids, okay?
You got the
It's a
jacket.
pretty good Scarface impersonation. Yeah, who knows? The Al Capone Untouchables. We were just talking about this on that too. I was saying, you got nothing. Come on. Oh, guys, I go on forever. Yeah, but what were we saying? I think Brian, you were taking the floor there at Minicon. Yeah.
All right, so we had actually. I'm sorry, I didn't even read this, but Layla said Friday the 13th was the best event ever. I had so much fun with it being her first convention ever.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
very
Thank
good.
you, Layla, man. She's come out to. I believe she was at CJ's event, but like she's been supporting the Hard 365.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Layla. And I read that book report. If you're listening,
Yeah.
that
we
was
had-
amazing work.
We did a book report on Carrie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I just posted speaking of school, I just posted the formal report card on a side note. Yeah, don't ever do that. Do not ever, please. I mean, the creation of that report card was absolutely outstanding, and so was the average, but it was far from where my average really was.
Yeah. That was funny.
But anyway, guys, yeah, back onto you, Jared. Take the floor, Jared. What do
So,
you got?
where do you see Horror 365 in 10 years' time?
Oh, they cut one of your questions, Jimmy.
Yes, I did.
You want to go, or you
No,
want?
you can go.
Oh, okay. You want to give me the hard ones? No, it's fine. Honestly, man. So my goal, and I love this stuff. So I never want to stop recording. I want to continue to keep. Horror never ends. Yeah, that's it. There's always new movies, even though they might not be great, but we can still talk about something in horror. And I feel like I want to continue to do the show. I want to stay true to the roots. Stay true to like recording the episodes weekly. Maybe more advanced. Obviously, I want to get more advanced. 10 years. We want to do live interviews. We want to have better equipment, higher quality, 4K. Mr. Jared, you over there, buddy, 4K. But we want to continue to advance like that and grow. And we want to have different layers to Horror 365. So like we're starting the show now. We organize events. We also have a show weekly. And, we're online, social media presence is there. We're at conventions as fans or vendors or whatever we're doing. But we're like totally immersed in the horror community in all aspects and just continuing to get things out there, merchandise, do more fundraisers. It's always, you got to give back. That's at the end of the day, because you can't take nothing with you. And, to leave our mark there, that's really, I think, what's going to do it.
I
turning
know where I
something-
would like to see us in 10 years. Having 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
This guy, it's all about the damn plaque. All you want is the plaque.
I just,
Ryan's in it for the plaque. That's it.
yeah, no, I think we're like the little engine that could. And I look at some of these YouTubers that I've been watching for a while now, like Sean Clark. Like, I love his stuff. And I'm not sure if you probably know of the Grim Life Collective.
Oh, I
Jared?
love them.
Yeah, like,
Love them.
Oh,
look at
yeah.
their stuff. They're like, they've blown up.
They're coming to the NJ Horror Con.
I know, and I really
Yeah.
want to go.
I reached
like,
out to them too.
Did you?
I
would
did
love to have
too.
them
They
on
haven't
the
answered
show.
me yet.
Yeah, they didn't answer me. I was trying to get them as a sponsor for the candy. That's it.
I just want them to talk on the podcast for like a half hour.
Yeah, Jared, I just want you on the podcast. Jimmy's asking for money. No, listen, man. Honestly, I always said this: teamwork makes the dream work. I'm not a rich guy. If I had it, yeah. But you know what? It's like we try to offer as much as we can if you want to help to make this happen. And it's a community thing here. That's how I look at it. The same thing like when I was still in the pro wrestling community. That's how it is, dude. We're not making millions. Eventually, when we get to the point where we're making enough to make this a full-time gig, of course we're going to have a ton of fundraisers, raffles weekly. I want to do a lot of cool stuff with this, man. Seriously. And give it back with everybody. But like Brian, I know you were saying 10 years from now, continue because I cut you off over there.
Layla had wondered if we were going to Monster Mania in August. I know I'm not going. Jimmy, were you planning on going?
I want to try to go there. Screamcast is going to be there. So
yeah, it's gonna be
I
hot
gotta
as
see my
balls
guy.
too, and smelly.
What?
Have you ever been to a convention in August?
It's hot and
No.
smelly.
Oh, it's gonna be hot, and people don't like to wear deodorant. So.
It's going to be a scream, baby.
and I can only imagine how many people are going to be dressed up as Ghostface. It's
Oh,
gonna be a
forget it,
gaggle
man.
of Ghostface. Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
honestly, Layla, to me, going to Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, it's too small of a place now with the crowd it draws, and I don't like being like like in a sardine can. I like that's why I like going to NJ because it's so spacious, and I love the fact that Monster Mania like kind of went out of their territory and did something at the Expo Center. Great location for something like that, and it's a great location to have someone like Robert Englund there.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
very spacious.
I mean, you need that. There's no way with Rob. If they had it in Cherry Hill, according to what you told me, and other people there's no room for everybody else. You just have to
No.
have Rob. I mean,
Yeah.
his line is going to be longer than the welfare line.
Yep.
It's it's Rob, but it's rightfully so. Like I have so many things. I'm already planning what he's going to sign. Like this right here, from Freddy's Dead.
Oh, yeah, with
Elm Street. I got him.
What's her name again?
Lisa Zane.
Lisa Zane, yeah.
And I want to I want to have him do a little bit also. I'm thinking for R365.
I'll probably charge you like $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 10.
Yeah, right.
Really? You think he's gonna
I
charge
mean,
that much?
I would love to meet him. Like,
His business cameo is 10 grand.
damn.
Come on, I'm here. You signed 3 things. I'm gonna have to try to talk and convince him in.
Does he have a regular cameo?
Yeah, it's like 4 grand.
I mean, it's a cameo. I need 10 seconds. That's
know.
it.
I thought Kane Hodder was a little pricey at $100. Oh my gosh.
I could be wrong. It could be like 400, but I remember at 4 grand. That sticks to my head for some reason.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
All I wanted him to say is like, hey, like
Welcome to
fucking,
prime
you're
time,
dreaming.
bitch.
Sorry,
Yeah, that'd be a great intro.
What are you thinking?
Have him say, "Welcome to prime time, bitch."
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you're now tuned in to Hard 365 with Jimmy J and South Jersey Jason. Welcome to prime time, bitches. Something like that. Like
Yeah.
quick, simple, 10 seconds, 10,000.
We'll all get him one day. I promise.
Yeah, I mean, because he's really. I mean, I don't have anyone from the Friday. Like, I don't have any autographs from the Friday group.
Nightmare,
I'm sorry,
nightmare. You
Sorry,
can't-
nightmare,
seriously.
nightmare. I mean, I do have like, I have the Freddy glove in a shadow box, and I found it at a consignment store. It was a friend's store, and it basically was a guy went, got his autograph, cut it out, and put it in the shadow box. I just like the display of the glove in the shadow box. Jared, if you want, I'll sell it to you for $500. But
Oh my God.
Got that friends discount going. I like it.
Jimmy, yours would be $699.99. Now, I would never I was thinking about like selling it, but I'm like, I don't have anything from the Nightmare franchise other than like the DVDs and NECA Freddy. But
Brian, we could sell you something.
what's that?
Anything in this room.
We ain't selling shit in this room.
Hey, what's for sale, Jerry?
Nothing. Not a
I think
damn
that
thing.
mannequin
No,
looked-
nobody's
I think
talking
that-
to you, Jared.
I think that mannequin, if you guys go to do Friday 13th in October, it's going to be cool because that's right. So yeah, so Layla is saying we have to do a convention mini-con again in 2023 because it's her birthday month.
Well, listen, in October.
Yeah,
When's your
think,
birthday?
I think hers is right after mine. I'm the 21st. What are you, Layla? I think she was the 14th. I think she was the 14th if I remember correctly. So look at that. How fitting would that be?
Wow. So yeah, it's right there. So guess what? We have it the way we said we're gonna have it. I'll tell you why. Since it's our birthday month, we're gonna give her free admission. We're gonna give her a free ticket and a free autograph
Oh, there you
Look at
go.
that.
for Layla. That's
All right,
it.
you heard that first, Layla. We love our fans over here.
Yeah. No.
HG65.
Seriously. Get it.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm thinking about doing is the Clash. I told you I want to do this, and I hope nobody's gonna. I'm pretty sure somebody out there is gonna steal because every time I say something, somebody
her birthday's
steals
the
it.
27th. My bad. So
27.
it's Halloween ends comes out the 14th, I think.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It's one of those dates.
I don't know.
No, you're thinking about this year at Halloween.
This year,
We're talking
yeah,
next
yeah.
year.
Next year, yeah.
Next year is going to be the the mini con part 2. But every mini con, Jared, I want to have a theme. That's
Okay.
it. So it's going to be Halloween. I'm going to say it here exclusively. Halloween the 13th. I think I
Okay.
said it somewhere else before. Halloween
And it makes sense
13th,
because if
Flash.
you reverse 31, there you go. And
Yeah.
you know what would make for a cool photo? Kind of like Friday group this side, Halloween group this side, going like that.
Yep. That
Oh
would
yeah,
be.
so
Oh, that would be
machetes
cool.
versus knives. I don't know.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I figure maybe 3 from each rand. Nothing crazy because I don't know how much it's gonna run us.
So Jimmy's already reached out to Busta Rhymes.
No, God, come on.
Tyra Banks.
Dude, I would totally meet Busta. I don't know why you guys are
I
tripping
do
on that.
too, yeah, but I'm just, Dangertainment. That's it. We're
So
going
Jared, I
live.
don't think I ever asked you what's your least favorite Nightmare on Elm Street film.
It's a toss up between 5 and 2. But yeah.
It's so good.
I'm
Yeah.
with you.
But 2's better than 5, so it'd probably be
Yeah.
5.
5 was the Dream Child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a boy.
Yeah. It was too far gone. But
That's the other thing, Jared. Like Nightmare, there, and that's why it was so tough because I enjoyed a lot of those movies, man.
Yep.
And the storyline stayed like I know 2 is a little off. 1 and 3 you can connect, and then they try to connect it from there with 4 or 5. But like, if they would have did things differently in 4, I think it would have been way better. And
What would you
and
want
5
done
would've
different
still-
in 4, though?
I wanted the Dream Warriors to remain to the damn end.
Oh,
Keep-
yeah.
Keep them alive. Don't kill them.
Yeah,
off
they
the
should
first
have
10
just killed
minutes.
Joey because he was worthless anyway.
For who?
Yeah, Joey. Like, his power was to talk. Okay, wow, big deal.
Hey, listen.
You know?
It could have been Jimmy J.
Oh God, man.
Let me stop.
no, you know what? I never thought of that because 4 would have been a lot better if you killed off the new people and left the Dream Warriors till the end. Like you
And
still
like-
could have killed them off, but it would have
If
would have
they-
been in
yeah,
the
they
movie
would've-
longer.
No, I would have killed
Well, pass
Joey
it
off.
on
And that was
to the new one.
Kincaid's. He was like in revenge, like avenge mode. You killed Joey. I am the last of
Yeah.
the Dream Warriors. But
Yeah.
then we never would have gotten Alice with like her karate skills and
Yeah.
her brains and her brawn.
And Alice was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, but you could have still had them like at the end. They could have like passed on everything, like Ken and them and Joe, whatever. Just get past the torch, if you will.
And
to
you know,
the
if
newer
I could go
Elm
back and
Street
film
kids.
it, I would have the scene with Alice's brother when he's fighting Freddy. Have Freddy come out in a gi,
Oh. Freddie Lee.
Or you could have just had Freddy there. It would have made that scene so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Freddie
you're
Lee.
missing Robert time. What are you doing?
Robert takes off the fedora and he's got like a,
Yeah, it would have been something that they played on the damn Karate Kid because it was big in the '80s. Like, they could have had Rob like kill him with that ending kick from one, knocking off his head or something like that.
Well,
something
it's so
outlandish.
funny we're talking about this because did you guys see my Instagram story today?
no.
It was the song from 4 with him doing karate
Oh
in
yes,
the
that out
garage.
there. Yeah, I did see that.
It got stuck in my head for some reason, so I'm like, that's my story today.
Yeah,
That's
no, I did
funny.
see that. I heard that. I was like, oh, because I knew it right away because Freddie, he's a Freddie guy. I did the soundtrack was good. That's why I really enjoyed that, like about the '80s horror movies, man. The soundtracks are
Oh,
always pretty solid.
So
man.
good.
Yeah.
So good. So what convention are you guys holding next?
Convention or event?
Event. We'll do event.
Horror. Horror related, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I don't really go in other things.
Okay. I was like, no, I don't dabble in other universes, Jimmy. It's Kane Hodder, December.
All right.
And that's it, December 10th. Coming down, Kane Hodder at the Palace Center. Malice at the Palace, baby. 623 Hanover Avenue, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Check it out. We got to update the graphic on that because we were originally supposed to be at this spot called The Blue, which is a great venue, but they double booked the wedding, so we had to switch to Palace Center, which is a bigger space, actually. And, food is still great. And we can fit, I think, up to 500 people. It's an exclusive event, though. It's not like a convention. It's just something very special and intimate.
But we're going to
It's
have
dedicated.
vendors there.
Vendors will be there, yes. But
Yep.
tickets are, when you look at it initially, you probably say, this guy Jimmy's out of his mind. Why? $200 for one ticket or $300 for the other? Because I'm going to tell
Yes,
you why.
but once you see the place that you recorded, you can see why.
Yeah,
That's a nice place.
It's a nice venue, man. It's a nice venue, and the food is top tier. And in your dinner tickets, it includes beer and wine. So that's included in there. Your drinks, sodas, and stuff like that.
And you
Any
get
hard liquor,
3-course
you gotta pay a
meal,
little
right?
extra.
You get your is it a cocktail hour and then
There's a
dinner?
cocktail hour, but even with dinner, you can have beer or wine. It's free. It comes with the meal. The only thing that's not, obviously, if you want hard liquor, you got to pay a little bit extra for that. But yeah, we're gonna have that. There's bars. There's gonna be vendors. We're also doing a fundraiser for the Burn Foundation of America. So a portion of all ticket sales, sponsorship packages, and I actually just included vendor packages. Small portion of that is vendor packages is going to the Burn Foundation.
And
So
we have our first raffle that we're going to do. Tony McDonald from Emperor Palpatone on Instagram, who makes a lot of my hawks. He is going to make a Part 7 hawk, and I'll get Kane to autograph it. And we are going to do a raffle much like what I
we
did.
have a couple. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you, but you know what? Good thing you brought up the raffles. Well, continue what you were saying first.
So like much like we did at Blairstown, where Laura Marie Taylor signed the video game that she had, like the system that she had played, or the cartridge that she played in the movie. We donated all that to the Barnyard Sanctuary. We're going to do the same thing for the Burn Foundation. We want to get a couple of raffles because we want to really make an impact with this fundraiser.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
and
That's
raffle
cool.
wise, like we have Sam and Jay, Bleeding Heart Creations. They're giving us a machete,
Mhm.
a legit machete for Kane to sign. And then today we got another vendor on board, White Horse Inc. They make like I think teddy bears. They're giving us like a Friday 13th teddy bear. Kane to sign, raffle that off as well. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
again.
they like a lot of our stuff on Instagram, and I thought they were going to vend at Blairstown. You know, I could have sworn.
Yeah, they couldn't make it.
Okay, but yeah, they're always like liking our stuff on Instagram, and I think we should also do a raffle. Come on, I've seen it work in other things. You know, auction off the Handsome Diner guy, win a date with Brian Emenheiser.
Why does it always have to go back? Jerry, do you see what I deal Jared and Terry, you guys, do you see what I deal with on a weekly basis? This is absurd. Like we're talking about something serious, and this guy throws in the Handsome Diner. What's going to end up happening is the Burn Foundation is going to say, well, this is not enough donation. We got to get some more. Come on.
But
yeah.
yeah, so it's you know, it's going to be it's going to be an awesome event. Kane's real excited.
Yeah. He really is.
And you know, maybe if we can do it, if we can swing it, and you know, how cool would it be to get him to do some in-costume photo ops? You know, if we're able to amend the contract, you know, but yeah, and then maybe we can get Josh to dress up as like Jason Goes to Hell or something.
We have a surprise, by the way, guys. I can't unveil it, but I will tell
Not
you this.
until I think.
I don't think I'm going to unveil it at all. I think you got to get a
Yeah,
ticket.
but I wanted to put the surprise on the poster though.
I don't know. Let's think about that. Let me think about it.
All right.
All I can tell you right now is
Um,
there will be a surprise guest over there.
Yeah, because it's 1 month shy of the anniversary year of Jason Goes to Hell, so that's going to be the theme. So we'll watch that film that night. So
Very cool. You know not to give Kane Hodder a real machete, though, right?
yeah, we've learned from. Yeah, we will not do what.
Oh, we have EMS and medics on standby.
Poor guy. I felt so bad when I heard that.
Somebody here, give this man a hand.
All right, so I got 2 questions left, boys. Then we can go to bed. Go for 19 there, dear.
What haunted attractions do you guys want to visit this season, and why?
Well, now that I'm in the Pennsylvania area, because you know I'm not as fluent as like what there is in Jersey, other than I only know the one, you know, the one I've always went to, Night of Terrors. Jared had said Reaper's Revenge is like the place to go, so I would love to visit that one this year. It's just so busy for me because that's like my busy season. If people want me to come out to an event or something, but yeah, I would love to do Reaper's Revenge. I'm working on hopefully going to Universal either in September or October.
Yeah, those announcements keep tempting me, man.
I know. I shared your announcement that you sent me on ours. Did they make any more other than the one you
Nah,
sent?
usually probably another week or 2 weeks.
Okay. And Josh, he works at the Waldorf Hotel, and that was fun.
Yeah.
I really liked it, and they do a good job there. Especially like the house itself is just so creepy, but just the cornfield, it's really good. And it's just like it was a nice drive, and it was cold that night. So I think that's why I loved it so much because it wasn't like hot. Because when I go to Malka Hill, I'll usually go like mid-October, and it's still warm out.
Yeah.
I'm sweating in line.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Trust me.
Man, I want to go to Night of Terror. Shout out to Brian Copen from Night of Terror, man. He is incredible. They were one of our sponsors at Friday 13 Minicon. I appreciated it very much. Everything that they've done. They came out with an incredible setup.
Yeah.
Some props and everything like that,
Yep.
and really added to.
Well,
the
if we
festivity.
could set that up, I live literally 9 minutes from there. So we may be able to do some ribs and then hop over to Night of Terror.
That sounds like a deal. You got me on ribs.
Well, we'll have to make it the night because I got to follow up with Brian because he had said, I was so busy that weekend, but he wanted to talk about me coming out for a night because that's the one thing I've always wanted to do, like cross off my bucket list. And it's not to be in the event. I just want to be like outside, like as people are waiting in line to buy their tickets.
Oh, in character.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
hell no. Oh hell no.
but yeah, he had said he wanted me to come out for a night, which I would love to do, and I'll come over. What night you having wings? I'll make sure it's that night I go out.
Oh, we'll figure that out. We'll plan that.
No, I can't because I learned my lesson. Because I'll tell you a funny story. I think it was August of 2020. Josh and the family met Irene and I at Space Farm Zoo and Museum in Hackettstown. I think that's what it's called. And then after that, we went to Blairstown and we went and had lunch. Now, mind you, by this time it's like 90 degrees and you can't eat inside. It's still outside dining. So us being the smart people that we are, me and Josh, we had beer and wings. And, I had 20 wings and a couple glasses of beer, and we did some costume shoots. And let me tell you, I was so bloated. I couldn't even buckle my belt for the the part 6, and plus it was hot, and I think we lasted like 10 minutes in our costumes, and so it's like, note to self, never eat like that again before you get in the
Gotcha.
costume.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so you want to wrap up with the last question on number 20 there?
Okay. If you could change anything about Horror 365 right this second with infinite resources, what would it be?
I just gave you like $10 million to do anything you want with Horror 365.
I have a studio,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
this
man.
podcast, like a legit, like we have a legit studio where we have a big table, like cameras facing us, kind of like we're broadcasting, Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great, but like, there's more. Like, I'm thinking more. I'm thinking we would have, I'm thinking like Horror 365 headquarters. For sure, you have a studio or something like that. But like, I would create a damn venue for where our events would be hosted.
See, now,
We would own the venue.
me
we would
being
own-
in the... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No. We would own the venue. We would do all our events there predominantly, unless we wanted to take the show on the road or something like that. I would definitely love to do live shows of Horror 365, going out to places and maybe adding something else into it where people would purchase a ticket for like $10 and come out and see Brian and I discuss whatever or talk whatever, and maybe have a guest on with us and something like that. Take the show on the road, but have our events in that venue. That's that's what I would do, and bring as many people there as possible.
Yeah.
Well, I would take that 10 million and invest it in getting Robert Englund out for an event, Daniel Harris,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Well, I gotcha. That's cool. I'm out of questions. You out of
I
questions?
don't have any questions.
So do you guys want to pip your social media and everything before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I'll go real quick. I'll promote my stuff, and then Jimmy, you can do all yours, because I can't remember all the HU65 stuff. So I'm on Facebook and Instagram, South Jersey Jason, real easy to find. In addition to doing like events like Halloween events or birthday parties, I now can marry someone or do wedding vow renewals, and we had a pretty good turnout for the wedding vow renewals. I think I had like 8 people on the 13th and 1 couple on the 14th, and it was my first time doing it, and the biggest thing that I was worried about, can they hear me through my hood and my hawk, and they were able to hear me. The only problem I had is I'm blind as a bat, so I'm reading like up to here. But I'll tell you something, I'm gonna share something really cool with you. Mickey the Clown reached out to me, and she asked me to baptize her baby.
Oh, that's
Aw,
cute.
And
that's
I was like,
cute.
now, as Brian or Jason? I was like, no, it's Brian. I was like, okay, I just want to make sure, so I don't want to show up as Jason.
That would have been
but,
hilarious.
Yeah, Saturday the 30th. She's gonna. I don't know if she's reached out to you, Jimmy, but she wants you and JC to be there too. So.
She did reach out. Unfortunately, I gotta host. I got a wrestling gig. In
Oh,
Jersey.
that's right. Yeah, I told her that you might have something that day, but yeah, it's first time doing. I'm like, she's like, "Are you able to do that?" I'm like, you know what? I don't know. So I went on the Universal Life Church, which I'm a member, and I'm able to do baptisms. But then, like, it had a section like notable members. So I'm not sure if I sent it to you, Jared. Did I send it to you?
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and I'm scrolling down, and who is a fellow clergyman in the Universal Life Church? None other than my hall pass if I was to play for the same team, V-Rock. So
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Finally, South Jersey Jason has come back.
Look at that. He can baptize, I can exercise.
yeah, look at that.
Oh, my God.
That would make for a great couple's Halloween costume.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's amazing. But yeah, man. So, I guess with that being said,
You got to pimp out your social media.
yeah, well, I'm thinking where to start. Just keep it simple. You can put JimmyJ.en as in Nancy T. JimmyJ.ent on Instagram. On Facebook, it's HorrorHeads365. You check us out at HorrorHeads365. On Instagram, it's at horror.365. On YouTube, just click subscribe. It is simple. YouTube.com/horror365alive. And as far as mine goes, I'm out there somewhere on Facebook as well, at Jimmy J Entertainment. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on, man, and we got to link up. Jared, Terry, we definitely have to link up soon. Got to try those ribs. Got to get together. Shoot the breeze, talk horror, everything else in between. Haunts. Some haunts I definitely want to go to this year. I know. Back to that question. Other than Night of Terror, other than my house. Yeah, definitely. Reaper's Revenge and whatever you recommend, Jared, because you guys, let's give a shout out to you guys right now. You guys are doing things on here, man. Halloween Haunts 365, the only other people I would allow to have a name similar to ours without suing.
Technically, they had it first.
You guys are great, man. You guys are great. I've been watching when I can here and there, and it's just getting better. 4K, baby. I love every time I see a post when you put the 4K in there.
We'll eventually get to real super 4K, but I got to save up a little bit before that.
I think I'm going to keep mine grainy because you see the wrinkles. No, but it's good, man. You guys, tremendous work, and I appreciate you actually, taking the time for us and bringing us on the show.
Thank you for coming on.
Yes, thank you so much. Did Brian tell you that we're in a race, by the way?
Yeah.
You're going to race well.
With the subscriptions. Remember I talked about it on our show?
Oh, yes, he did. He told me about the subscribers. I mean, don't worry about it. You're going to beat us probably. I mean, I have to pretty much sell my soul to get a sub. Oh, man.
I just figured it'd be a fun, I'm down, but I like being the underdog. It'd be a fun race.
Oh, you know what we forgot to ask Jimmy, Jared? Is at the next event, whether it's Kane or the Friday 13th mini-con, is there going to be photo ops with Jimmy and his brown panties?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
gosh.
Oh man, no, that's exclusive. Only when Laura Marie Taylor's in town will I be throwing those brown panties on. A couple people requested me to just have the brown panties on. I says, listen, guys, I want to keep you as fans and coming out to the events. I don't want to scare you away. But yeah, talk about the events though, man. I do have some things in the works that I really hope can happen next year. And one of those events, Jared, I think you would love.
Yeah, I think so.
Happen. So yeah, we'll definitely talk more about it.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. This has been Halloween Haunts, 365.com, the podcast, where every day is haunt season. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.